Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, YouTube at the rate Pankaj Sharma 2022. I know it has been quite some time that we last met. I was pretty much engaged in some important and critical tasks, both on personal and professional fronts, and hence was not able to come back sooner with a new video as promised earlier. I am deeply sorry for that and promise that from now on I will be regularly posting some useful and interesting stuff relating to our industry. In continuation to my earlier series on environment, social and governance (ESG) and its importance in dairy industry, which received a very good response from you all, I have developed a two-module series on a very interesting aspect of sustainability. In the first module of this series, which is being uploaded today, we will be talking about the basic concept of sustainability, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations, the Dairy Sustainability Framework (DSF), a framework specifically designed for the dairy industry by the industry itself, in line with the SDGs. The second module in this series will talk about the close linkage between ESG, the 17 SDGs, and the Dairy Sustainability Framework. The first module is being uploaded now. Hope you will find this series as interesting and useful as my earlier offerings and would appreciate it by liking it and subscribing to my channel if not done so far. So happy viewing, my friends, and I will wait for your feedback and encouragement. Goodbye for now. Concept of sustainability gained prominence with the 1987 report entitled Our Common Future by the World Commission on Environment and Development (WCED), which officially defined sustainable development. Initially, sustainability discussions focused on climate change, but over time, they expanded to include social and governance aspects, recognizing that climate change affects not just the environment but also social welfare and governance. As awareness grew, the discussions led to the adoption of United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) in 2015. Alongside this, ESG, environment, social and governance, emerged as a crucial framework, drawing the attention of regulators and development organizations worldwide. Many organizations, even those not legally bound, have embraced ESG practices as part of their responsibility towards society and sustainable business operations, highlighting the growing commitment to sustainability in global development. Sustainability. Sustainability refers to the ability to maintain or support a process continuously over time. In business and policy context, sustainability seeks to prevent the depletion of natural or physical resources so that they will remain available for the long term. Sustainability is often broken into three core concepts: economic, environmental, and social. Accordingly, sustainable policies emphasize the future effect of any given policy or business practice on humans, ecosystems, and the wider economy. The report of World Commission on Environment and Development of United Nations, published in 1987, describes sustainable development as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Three pillars of sustainability are economic sustainability, that is profit, focus on conserving natural resources; environmental sustainability, that is planet, related to planet, emphasis on life support systems, atmosphere, soil, etc. And social sustainability, relating to people, focus on human effects of economic systems, poverty, hunger, inequality, etc. What are the benefits of sustainability? In addition to the social benefits of improving the environment and elevating human needs, there are also financial benefits for the corporates that successfully implement sustainability strategies. Using resources sustainably can improve the long-term viability of a business concern. For example, cutting waste and pollution can also help a company save money. Sustainability can also make a company more attractive to investors. More and more people, especially the younger generations, are inclined to look at investments in sustainable practices and companies. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development was adopted by all UN member states in 2015. Central to this agenda are 17 Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), calling for urgent action by all nations to end poverty, improve health, education and equality, and promote economic growth. The agenda also emphasizes combating climate change and preserving natural resources like oceans and forests for a sustainable future. The underlying philosophy is that we have not inherited the earth from our ancestors but have borrowed it from our children. Evolution of SDGs. The SDGs have been built on decades of work by countries and the UN, including the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs. The evolution can be chronicled as below. In June 1992, at the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, more than 178 countries adopted Agenda 21, a comprehensive plan of action to build a global partnership for sustainable development to improve human lives and protect the environment. Member states unanimously adopted the Millennium Declaration at Millennium Summit in September 2000 at UN headquarters in New York. The summit led to the elaboration of 8 Millennium Development Goals (MDGs) to reduce extreme poverty by 2015. The Johannesburg Declaration on Sustainable Development and the Plan of Implementation adopted at the World Summit on Sustainable Development in South Africa in 2022 reaffirmed the global community's commitments to poverty eradication and the environment and built on Agenda 21 and the Millennium Declaration by including more emphasis on multilateral partnerships. At the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in June 2012, member states adopted the outcome document, The Future We Want, in which they decided, inter alia, to launch a process to develop a set of SDGs to build upon the MDGs and to establish the United Nations High-Level Political Forum on Sustainable Development. Then, in 2013, the General Assembly set up a 30-member open working group to develop a proposal on the SDGs. In January 2015, the General Assembly began the negotiation process on the post-2015 development agenda. The process culminated in the subsequent adoption of 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development with 17 SDGs at its core at the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit in September 2015. Now let us look at what are these 17 Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations. The Sustainable Development Goals are a set of global commitments aimed at addressing various challenges and improving the well-being of people and the planet. These 17 goals were adopted by all United Nations members in 2015 as part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The goals are: number 1, no poverty; SDG 2 is zero hunger; SDG 3, good health and well-being; SDG 4, quality education; SDG 5, gender equality; SDG 6, clean water and sanitation; then SDG 7, affordable and clean energy; SDG 8, decent work and economic growth; 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure; SDG 10, reduced inequalities; SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities; 12, responsible consumption and production; 13, climate action; 14, life below water; 15, life on land; 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. And SDG 17, partnership for the goals. Now let us look at SDGs in the context of India. India is a significant signatory to the SDG document of the United Nations and is committed to implement and advise the goals as per the plan. India, with almost 17% of total world population, is very critical for the achievement of the United Nations SDGs at global level. 10 major SDGs where India is focusing and the United Nations is supporting by providing funding are no poverty, that is SDG 1, zero hunger, SDG 2, good health and well-being, SDG 3, quality education, SDG 4, gender equality, SDG 5, clean water and sanitation, SDG 6, decent work and economic growth, SDG 8, reduced inequalities, SDG 10, climate action, SDG 13, and peace, justice, and strong institutions, SDG 16. Milk production in India is by and large taken up by small and marginal farmers and landless laborers in rural areas, with a few exceptions wherein large dairy farms have been set up in the past 2 decades. However, the contribution by these large organized farms is minuscule. This makes the challenges in the Indian dairy industry quite different from those prevalent in developed dairy economies around the world. Some of the key challenges are small animal holdings with 2 to 3 animals per household, rendering mechanization ineffective and unviable. Dairying is livelihood sustaining activity for these households, as this becomes their main and round the year source of income. Fragmented production makes aggregation of milk more time consuming and a logistical challenge. This also adversely impacts the initial quality of milk reaching the processing plants. Typical MBRT time of raw milk reaching the plants is between 10 minutes to an hour, depending upon the season and region, as compared to 6 to 7 hours in West. All the above have a huge impact, raising environmental and social issues. To enumerate a few, small herd size makes the scientific actions required to improve animal productivity financially unviable. Low mechanization of dairying means manual handling of milk at the time of milking and transportation to the first collection point. Dairying being the major source of income makes an average milk producer vulnerable as she has to dispose of milk at any cost every day to run her kitchen. Fragmented production also means that milk travels long distances in open vehicles for longer period, resulting in deterioration of quality of milk and higher logistics cost. Low quality of milk ultimately results in higher processing cost and lower than desired end product quality. Considering the above, adoption of environment friendly and socially responsible practices, two important and critical components of ESG, become beneficial for the dairy industry for its long-term sustenance and financial viability. Based on the above, the whole gamut of ESG in dairy industry can be classified into 5 major categories: animals, farmers, milk handling post milking, that is transportation and processing, consumers, and to serve those consumers, sales and distribution system. Each of these categories has several implications and potential solutions to handle them. Let us take animals. The rearing of animals for milk production can have different environmental and social impacts and need to be carefully looked at to ascertain potential solutions for their mitigation. For example, water usage or footprint. Let us The production of milk requires a large quantity of water not only to meet the direct requirements of animals for drinking and cleaning, etc., but also to meet the indirect requirements, such as for the production of forage crops and concentrate feed ingredients. There is a need to look at the water footprint and implement measures to reduce its impact. The generation and impact. It is estimated Dung generation is around 1653 million metric tons per annum in India. Recoverable dung is estimated at around 1000 million metric tons. It impacts the environment with significant amount of methane emissions and presents a health risk if not adequately managed. If left unattended, this has the potential to pollute the environment through hazardous gases and contamination of nearby water resources. There are various ways how this problem can be tackled and turned into an opportunity. Methane exhalation or generation. Methane emissions in India total around 658 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent in the year 2019. The agriculture sector accounted for three quarters of total methane emissions that year. Methane emissions from the agriculture sector are mainly produced by livestock. To quote, methane has 27 times more global warming potential than CO2, and nitrous oxide has 273 million times more global warming potential than CO2. So there is a strong need to address this issue sustainably. Feed and fodder consumption and impact. Feed and fodder production has implications of the land use up for fodder production, water usage in production, and use of pesticides and insecticides, which ultimately impact the quality of milk. Apart from this, the combination of various types of fodder and seeds consumed by the animals also has an implication in the form of enteric methane generation and exhalation. Animal diseases. Various kinds of diseases contracted by the animals have widespread implications not only on the animal health and productivity, but also pose a risk of these diseases and infections getting transmitted to human beings by way of contact or transmission through milk consumption. Hence, this can have a serious social impact and needs to be taken care of urgently. In case of farmers, the implication will be more in the nature of social impacts. Regular market. Most milk producers are small farmers or landless individuals relying on dairy for income. Their vulnerability forces them to sell milk urgently, daily, making it a social responsibility for organizations to provide a stable market year round, twice a day. This ensures their livelihood while securing a consistent milk supply for dairy farms. Remunerative price. Since dairy is the primary income source for most farmers, ensuring fair prices is essential and crucial. Operation Flood succeeded by guaranteeing year-round remunerative price through dairy cooperatives, making India the world's largest milk producer. These organizations aimed to pass 75 to 80% of consumer revenue to farmers, promoting their engagement and investment in dairy farming as a sustainable livelihood. Transparent payment. Ensuring farmers receive the declared milk price is crucial. A transparent system must measure milk quantity, check quality at collection centers, and clearly display and communicate prices. Regular and timely payments build farmers' confidence, fostering long-term trust and association with the system. Reasonable milk retention at farmers' household. While farmers decide where to supply milk, dairy organizations have a social responsibility to encourage them to retain enough for home consumption. Milk is an essential and affordable protein source for family nutrition. This can be achieved by offering fair prices and supporting farmers in improving animal productivity and herd size, ensuring increased household milk production and long-term sustainability. Animal productivity enhancement. Despite decades of effort, a significant gap remains in milk animal productivity. Indigenous and nondescript cows and buffaloes produce only half as much milk per animal as exotic and crossbred cows. Yet, they contribute nearly two-thirds of India's total milk output. This results in higher production cost, making dairy financially unviable for small farmers. While government agencies bear primary responsibility, dairy organizations also have a social duty to support farmers in improving productivity. Enhancing milk animal output boosts farmers' financial stability and reduces resource consumption per animal, ensuring long-term sustainability in dairy sector. Clean milk production. In India, milk production is largely driven by small farmers and landless laborers, with, with large dairy farms contributing minimally. This decentralized system makes mechanization unviable, leading to manual milk handling and transport. A key drawback is poor hygiene at the village level, causing diseases like mastitis, which affect animal health and productivity. Dairy organizations have a social responsibility to educate and train farmers in clean milk production, ensuring better hygiene, improved animal welfare, and sustainable dairy farming practices. Health and wellness. Dairy organizations must prioritize not only the health of milk animals but also the well being of farmers. A healthy farmer is more productive, cares better for animals, and follows efficient milk production practices. By providing healthcare services, organizations strengthen farmer loyalty beyond a mere buyer seller relationship. This also reduces the risk of milk contamination, ensuring clean milk production. While many dairies focus on animal health, exemplary ones like Banas Milk Union in Gujarat go further, offering modern healthcare facilities, including hospitals and ambulance services for farmers. Such initiatives fulfill social responsibilities and build lasting trust with milk suppliers, ensuring a sustainable dairy ecosystem. Next segment is milk transport and processing. First in this category is water usage and footprint. Water is vital for dairy plants, ensuring hygiene and smooth operations. Previously, dairies used water freely, but increasing scarcity and droughts now pose challenges, limiting expansion and operations. Excessive water use also leads to high wastewater treatment costs. To address this, dairies must adopt efficient water conservation methods that reduce freshwater use while recovering and recycling processed water. These techniques help maintain hygiene and product safety while ensuring sustainable dairy. Energy usage. Rising energy costs are increasing dairy production expenses. Technological advancements can enhance energy efficiency, leading to cost savings and higher profits. Efficient energy use also supports environmental conservation. However, energy is often wasted due to workforce negligence and lack of awareness. So, training of the workforce is very essential. Like water usage, dairies should track electricity consumption per unit of production and strive for continuous improvement to optimize efficiency and sustainability. Fossil fuel usage. To reduce fuel dependency in dairy operations, several mitigation strategies can be adopted. Diesel used in farm DG sets and chilling plants can be replaced with electricity, PNG, or solar energy. Fuel consumption in milk and fodder transportation can be minimized by using CNG and electric vehicles and optimizing routes. Boilers using coal or furnace oil can switch to PNG, wood, or alternative fuels, ensuring cost savings and environmental sustainability. Pollution control. The dairy industry causes pollution through dung mismanagement, fossil fuel combustion, untreated pollution effluent discharge, and plastic waste. To minimize environmental impact, effective waste management, cleaner energy sources, proper effluent treatment, and responsible plastic disposal are essential. Preventive measures and efficient handling of unavoidable pollution are crucial for sustainability. Food safety. Milk is a perishable daily consumption product regulated under strict food safety norms in India. These cover raw milk handling, transportation, production, packaging, labeling, and storage. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India (FSSAI) enforces these regulations, requiring all food related entities to register. Compliance is mandatory and violations can lead to fines or imprisonment. Over the years, FSSAI has tightened norms to align with global standards, ensuring consumer safety. For dairy organizations, adhering to these regulations is not just a legal obligation but also a strategic move for long-term sustainability and growth. Responsible compliance helps maintain quality, protect consumers, and build trust in the industry, making it a key priority for all stakeholders. Employee welfare. Employee health is vital for business success as a healthier workforce boosts productivity. To ensure resilience and sustainability, organizations must invest in employees' physical and mental well being, economic stability, education, and social identity. For decades, companies have provided medical insurance, workplace health facilities, and periodic checkups. However, the COVID-19 pandemic exposed deep vulnerabilities, making employee welfare a key priority. The crisis highlighted the need for comprehensive health measures, pushing organizations to integrate employee well-being into environmental, social, and governance, that is, ESG strategies. Prioritizing health ensures a stable, resilient workforce and long-term business sustainability. Cost of production. The dairy value chain includes raw material costs, production losses, overheads, and profit margin. The industry operates on low margins as 70 to 75% of business comes from liquid milk, with the rest from value-added products. Cooperatives dominate the organized sector, prioritizing fair price for farmers and affordability for consumers. Around 70 to 75% of consumer spending is passed to farmers, while procurement and distribution costs take 12 to 15%, and overheads account for another 14 to 16%, leaving a 2 to 3% margin. So, strict cost control is crucial for financial viability and social responsibility, ensuring both farmers receive compensation, compensation, and consumers access affordable dairy products. Sales and distribution. First is cold chain integrity. Milk and dairy products are perishable, requiring a strict cold chain from storage to sales. Warehouses, refrigerated transport, and cooling equipment in shops must maintain low temperatures to prevent spoilage. Besides avoiding losses, maintaining cold chain integrity is mandatory under FSSAI regulations, and violations can lead to penalties. However, cold chain infrastructure can harm the environment due to CFC emissions, which deplete the ozone layer. To balance compliance and sustainability, organizations should adopt modern refrigeration technology that avoids CFCs or uses less harmful alternatives like CFC 22. Regular maintenance, proper disposal, and recycling of refrigeration equipment further reduces environmental impact while ensuring regulatory compliance. Fossil fuel usage. Milk transportation relies on fossil fuel vehicles, causing pollution. Mitigation includes using CNG and electric vehicles and optimizing routes. Many dairies now use CNG for city distribution, reducing this issue. However, long distance transport still largely depends on traditional vehicles, requiring further efforts to transition to cleaner alternatives for environmental sustainability. Channel partner interaction. A motivated channel partner, distributor, retailer, CFA, is crucial for a dairy business which interacts with consumers daily, often twice a day. Ensuring their satisfaction enables consistent and prompt service. Beyond commercial benefits, companies have a social responsibility to keep partners engaged. This requires transparent agreements with clear terms, timely payments, and efficient claim processing. Addressing grievances promptly fosters trust and long-term collaboration. A well-structured partnership enhances business success by ensuring smooth distribution and consumer satisfaction, while strengthening relationships with key stakeholders in the supply chain. And then last but not the least, consumers. First is regular supplies. Dairy organization must ensure timely milk and milk product supplies as disruption causes financial loss and impact consumers' nutrition. Even authorities support operations during crises like pandemics or natural disasters. Thus, maintaining supply continuity is vital and a key component of ESG in the dairy industry. Reasonable prices. The cooperative dairy organizations, especially formed under Operation Flood, have the supply of quality milk and milk products to consumers at a reasonable price, even while ensuring remunerative prices to the farmers as their mission statement. With this in view, it is critical for the dairy organization to manage the entire cost structure, especially the operating cost, efficiently so that the products can be continuously provided to the consumers at an affordable price while ensuring remunerative price to farmers and be the price leader in their respective markets, thus maintaining the price line in the entire market and serve the interest of the consumers at large and meet their social obligations. Safe food. Ensuring food safety is both a legal requirement and a social duty for dairy organizations. Adhering to FSSAI guidelines on quality, storage, and transport is essential. Cost cutting on raw materials may increase safety risk. With stricter regulations and more aware consumers, stringent safety protocols are crucial to prevent foodborne illness and uphold the industry's social responsibility. Cold chain integrity. Milk and dairy products, being perishable, require a maintained cold chain using refrigerated transport and storage. This demands continuous power supply, impacting the environment and contributing to global warming. Solutions include adopting modern refrigeration technology without CFCs or using CFC22, which has a shorter environmental lifespan, and ensuring regular maintenance. Proper disposal and recycling of refrigeration equipment further helps reduce environmental harm while sustaining the cold chain. Very important one is misleading claims. Dairy organizations have a social and legal duty to avoid misleading claims about product quality, manufacturing practices, recycled material, and sustainability. The food industry faces increasing scrutiny with lawsuits targeting misleading marketing. Claims such as selling pure cow milk require traceability to avoid penalties and brand damage. Legal and regulatory concerns are driving demand for accurate marketing guidances, especially as businesses expand post-pandemic. Ensuring truthful claims and compliance helps maintain consumer trust and protects brand from legal repercussions. Like all sectors, dairy also understands that it must improve the sustainability of its products and processes. The Dairy Sustainability Framework (DSF), with broad multi-stakeholder support, was created by the sector in order to share and improve its sustainability activities, regardless of production system or geography, whether it is a fragmented production system like India or large integrated dairy farms as in the West. DSF membership ranges from individual dairy processors who are called implementing members that conduct sustainability improvement programs with their suppliers to aggregating members like NDDB that coordinate a number of dairy industry stakeholders and provide an annual aggregated progress report to the DSF. As mentioned earlier, the Dairy Sustainability Framework has been created by the dairy sector to share and improve its sustainability activities. DSF goes beyond implementation to provide global monitoring and validated aggregated reporting to monitor the continuous improvement of the global dairy sector. The DSF currently reports the sustainability progress on about 30% of global milk production. However, working closely with organizations like IDF and the apex dairy organizations in various countries like NDDB, this number is bound to go up gradually. DSF members prioritize 11 sustainability criteria across social, economic, and environmental aspects through materiality analysis. Key issues drive local improvement programs at farms or factories. In India, NDDB leads this value chain initiative in partnership with DSF. There are 11 key criteria under which the DSF reporting is done. Animal care. To ensure and report that dairy animals are treated with care and are free from hunger and thirst, discomfort, pain, injury and disease, fear and distress, and are able to engage with relatively normal patterns of animal behavior. Biodiversity. Direct and indirect biodiversity risks and opportunities are understood, and the strategies to maintain or enhance it are established. Greenhouse gas emissions. GHG emissions across the full value chain are quantified and reduced through all economically viable mechanisms. Market development. Participants along the dairy value chain are expected to build economically viable business through the development of transparent and effective markets. The indicator is, does your organization have a process in place to inform producers of market opportunities and challenges? Product safety and quality. The integrity and transparency of the dairy supply chain is safeguarded so as to ensure the optimal nutrition, quality, and safety of products by setting up a product safety assessment and recall plan. So, on one end, the product safety is ensured, and on the other end, in case a product goes bad in the market or anywhere in the supply chain, there should be a mandated recall plan available. Rural economics. The dairy sector contributes to the resilience and economic viability of farmers and rural communities. Indicator is total payment to farmers for milk, calculated as annual milk quantity sold multiplied by annual average milk price, and also value as percentage of consumer rupee. Soil nutrients. Nutrient application follows a nutrient management plan to boost feed production, protect soil health, and minimize water and air pollution for sustainable farming. Soil quality and nutrition. Soil quality and retention is proactively managed and enhanced to ensure optimum productivity by good management practices defined in a soil quality management plan (SQMP). Waste generation is minimized, and wherever unavoidable, waste is used, reused, and recycled across the total value chain. Water quality and availability. Water availability and quality are responsibly managed across the dairy value chain through an effluent management plan to reduce pollution and enhance water use efficiency in production and processing. Working conditions. Across the dairy value chain, workers as well as farmers operate in a safe environment and their rights are respected and promoted. So friends, with this we come to the end of module 1 of my new series on linkages between ESG, DSF and SDGs. In this module, we have talked about the concept of sustainability and the related topics of Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) of United Nations, Dairy Sustainability Framework (DSF), and environment, social and governance concerns in dairy industry. Hope I have been able to explain the concept to your satisfaction and liking. If so, please do not forget to like this video, and if you have not subscribed to my channel so far, kindly do so as to ensure that you keep getting notifications about my future offerings. In the next module, we will look at the linkages between various ESG protocols and SDGs and DSF criteria. Till then, goodbye.